Good morning, everyone.
Joe and Bethany here at Dusty Hill Farm. Today's chicken processing day. We're going to take you around and show you our setup. We're not going to show the actual killing of the birds. We may not even show the gutting. There's enough YouTube videos out there that you can see how to actually eviscerate a chicken or even a turkey. We will show you the befores and the afters. We're down to 19 meat birds right now. We lost 2, and we're going to do 6 of our roosters today. We'll keep them separate because they will be stewing birds, and then we may or may not do some of the girls that are sitting here keeping us company, and we'll show you those in a second. Anything?
Nope, just come along with us and see what we're doing on this beautiful Saturday morning. Thanks for joining us. Hi, birds. That's hot. You need to stay away from it. Go bye-byes today.
Here's some of our company. That's not Lois.
And that's Lois.
That's Lois. Very friendly. We actually got eggs from them. We were missing a turkey last night. Bethany went looking for them and found her in one of our outbuildings sitting on a dozen eggs, 10 eggs. So they're laying eggs now. We have 3. Right there's the other girl. She probably just went in there and laid an egg. So we don't know what we're doing with the turkeys today. Our plan was to go ahead and process those as well. But now that they're laying eggs, we may get a few turkey eggs and then possibly process them later on.
And they're just too stinking friendly. I can't bear to kill them yet. That's one of the hard parts about doing all this. If you get attached to something and then have to dispatch it, it's not so easy.
We're dispatching one of our roosters that we got attached to. The last year's meat birds were from Meyer Hatchery, I believe. And when they sent us the meat birds, they sent a free chicken. Well, that chicken turned out to be a rooster, and we named him Little Bit because he was so tiny. So now that he's bigger, we just call him LB. Some of the new roosters that we hatched from eggs, we decided to keep one of those. We only want 2 roosters, and we're going to dispatch the rest of them. We're going to use the killing cones. You basically stick your chickens down in the cones, cut their carotid artery. It'll go ahead and drip into those buckets, and then we'll put that on the compost pile. We have our dipping bucket. Our pot here has to get up to 145 to 150 degrees. You dip the birds in there for about 90 seconds or until the skin starts to peel off of their feet. We put a little bit of soap in it because it helps the water get into the feathers a little bit more, so they're saturated and it's a little bit easier to pluck them. We do have a plucker. We'll be tossing them in here 2 at a time. Takes probably 10-15 seconds. Doesn't take long, and they're plucked clean, so we don't have to do it by hand. Over here is our processing station. We just have a couple of bus pans, a little trash bucket for all the stuff that's going to go to the compost. The hearts, livers, and gizzards we're not really going to eat, so we're going to go ahead and dehydrate those, and we'll put those in the side pans with a little bit of ice.
Those will be for the dogs.
Yeah, we're going to give those to the dogs, so it's not going to go to waste. But that's our station and our setup. Pretty simple. all we have to do now is go get the birds. Now, last night we already gathered the roosters off of their roosting poles in the evening because it's easier to catch them, and we put them into basically a chicken crate and a dog crate, and we'll go ahead and go get those now. All right. The roosters. All right, so we've dispatched 3 of them. Bethany's going to now take them and put them in the water, and we have that about 145 degrees. She's going to just put them all the way in.
2?
Yeah, 2. Get them all submerged in there. All right, then Bethany's going to take them out of there, and then we'll put them in here. All right.
Not so big.
The first couple, I don't think we kept in the water long enough. Oh, the feathers didn't come off.
Poor old fella.
Separating out the gizzard, liver, heart. We'll go ahead and clean up all the gizzards. I got them on ice so they cool down a little bit. That way they're easier to clean and peel out that inner lining. And then we're going to put those in the freeze dryer and make dog treats for our dogs. I mean, it's just us. We don't sell this stuff. The chicken's good enough for us to eat. But that's it. Right there's one all ready to go.
Yep, they're both ready to rinse.
And that's how they come out of the plucker. Might have to get a couple more feathers off of it, but that's it. Now it's time to remove the head. Remove the feet from the drumsticks, cut at the joint. Sharp knife helps. Throw those in the compost. Removing a couple of the small pin feathers left. Plucker doesn't get everything out. Gets most of them. Next we'll make a small incision at the front so that we can get the crop and the esophagus loose. That way we can pull it out through the back and everything will come straight through the back. Just grab the skin, make a small slit. You'll feel the crop in there. We didn't feed the birds the night before, so the crop's pretty empty. Just reach around inside until you feel that. Pull that out, and then you'll pull the esophagus out. Make a small slit in the back, spread it open big enough to be able to get your hand in there. You just reach in and pull everything out. You have to use your fingernails and scrape up against the backbone,
or the chest bone, the ribs are in there, or the lungs are in there, and sometimes they're difficult to get out. But you just reach in, pull everything out. We just cut the vent out. I don't leave that on. A lot of the commercial chickens you buy in the store still have that on. It's the little fatty butt piece, and it basically just adds weight to the chicken. We don't eat it, so we might as well cut it off, and it takes the whole vent and everything out along with it. And there you have it. That's all there is to cleaning it up. Now we'll squirt it out and clean it up a little bit, and then later on, after they sit, we'll wrap them. We're going to go ahead and shrink wrap them tomorrow, let them sit overnight in the ice. But that's basically all there is to processing the chicken.